So Ramadan is just one thing, if I want to say, it's not only the fasting from food, but it is practicing your religion as well more effectively and showing the world how we can be more disciplined as well in the month.
Ramadan, we observe it to gain two things. One is taqwa, which is God consciousness, and second thing, gratitude, the satisfaction and the happiness towards God and for everything.
You know, Ramadan is not only limited to fasting or staying away from food or drinks, but when you are fasting, you're also making sure that whatever steps you take, you're God conscious. You're not backbiting. You're not talking ill. You are not slandering. You are not in a fight.
The other thing that would signify Ramadan is making sure that we are using our time to appreciate the things around us, which we are so busy in our life. We're not ever able to just sit and see, okay, there are people around the world who are feeling this hungry throughout the day, who might not even have big feasts that we might have at an iftar time, at the time when we break our fast. So it is being more mindful, it is being more grounded, it is more about being aware of what our religion is teaching us throughout the month. And generally, I can say that throughout the year, we would get distracted from so many things, but this month is when we slow everything down for us and we are being more mindful and grateful throughout the month.
The Quran was revealed to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and through the Quran we know that we have to fast thousands of years, and also in the Quran it is mentioned that all believers fast as it was prescribed to people before you. So it has been going on for a while before even Islam. I mean, when before Prophet ﷺ came as well.
So it starts. We start Ramadan with the sighting of the new moon. So as we see the new moon, we declare that the Ramadan has started, and we go till a month till we don't see any moon, and that's when we conclude that Ramadan has ended, and when we celebrate Eid.
Yeah, you remember say it's a community, Muslim community club run by students. So our priority is Quran and Sunnah. So we are doing everything for students to develop their Islamic intellectuality, develop their character, and develop their sense of community and leadership. To facilitate Ramadan, we have special prayer, which is Taraweeh. We have Iftar, which is to break the fast, and we have Suhoor, and we have 5 daily prayers. And to accommodate them, we have different speakers. We are inviting different guest speakers among students and from outside communities, and they are coming and giving lectures on different topics, so that the students will know and they can observe in a better way, and they can understand the significance of Ramadan. So we are providing meal, we are providing spaces to pray, and we are accommodating them with resources, knowledge, and everything. So I think so far UMMSA is doing well to facilitate this month.
The UMMSA offers free of cost iftar to every single person that comes to our facility during this month. Now, to facilitate that, we go through above and beyond. We set up tarps, we give out food, we give out drinks, we have dates, and we facilitate by providing food to all of those people that join us, which can be upwards of 300 people. And the reason it's not more than 300 people is our fire hazard security code. If we could accommodate more, we would accommodate more. Now, just adding on to how we facilitate Ramadan, additionally, we offer night prayers, the late night prayers that happen, called Taraweeh. They happen way past sunset, and right now they're taking place after 9, and they run all the way till 11. With a congregation of over 100 people on many, many days, that is something that we offer to our students, that instead of going to any other mosque to pray, they can come join us for the night prayers as well, along with our 5 daily prayers or Jummah prayer. Additionally, in the last 10 days, we also offer Suhoor, the morning meal, all once again free of cost to anybody that wants to join us. And now, most excitingly, this year we are hosting Eid al-Fitr on campus. So after facilitating a month of Ramadan for our students, after providing them iftar and suhoor, along with night prayers and many other things that MSA already provides, we are also giving or bringing Eid al-Fitr on campus. On March 30th in the MPR, we will be hosting the first ever Eid prayer on the University of Manitoba campus, on Fort Garry campus. And we're expecting thousands of community members to join us. But most importantly, this is for all of the students that already joined us in this month to break their fast for us, or with us, sorry.
What happens is, like, as international student, like I'm also an international student, and I sometimes I feel like, you know, I am missing my family during these occasions, because back home we used to, the whole family used to sit together, have a meal during iftar and suhoor as well, you know. So EMMSA is trying to facilitate the students with the iftar, because they're fasting like probably 14, 15, 16 hours depending on the daylight, and they're doing classes. Some of them are working as well on the very same day, so it's very hard for them to, you know, cook meals and then organize iftar for themselves. So EMMSA is trying to help them with the food. It's not free, it's their right, to be honest. That's what I think, to be honest, that every student on this campus has a right to have food at EMMSA, not just because they're Muslims. We also accept non-Muslims. If they want to come to our facility, we would love to serve them.
I think we have established a community of thousands of students over the years. There's international students, domestic students that come to the MSA and partake in our activities. So it's and then again, students from very diverse backgrounds, not like one culture or ethnicity. So we have a very diverse student audience that partake in our events. So the biggest challenge we face is the issue with our space. Our prayer space, our facility at the university currently does not accommodate for the number and volume of people or students that we have coming to partake in our prayer and activities. So we have around 900 students altogether that are actively involved in our prayers, and unfortunately our facility only has a capacity of like 260 students. So it gets difficult to, even during like iftar, the free iftars and suhoors that we serve, we have to cap it at a certain number of students, and so that is the biggest challenge we're facing.
You know, like there is 3 Jummas, still we have people waiting outside to like join another Jumma. So the space is kind of a big issue, but we are working on it. The last time, on the last Friday, as you have seen, there was a Jumma conducted at MPR where we could accommodate around 500 plus students. So we are still working on it to get a bigger space, inshallah.
Days like today for iftar, we can't accommodate every person that wants to join us for iftar. Unfortunately, we can only accommodate 250. Which is why we have to turn a lot of brothers away. Now come on, imagine if somebody's fasting for 12, 13, 15 hours. They've had an exam, they've had a class, probably international students, so they're on their own. And they go to the MSA expecting to break their fast there, and you see someone say, no, we're at capacity. Here's a date and water, and that's all we can do for you. The university needs to stand up. The admin needs to say something. The UMSU and all these groups need to stand up, because there's thousands of students that are part of the MSA. Our space does not facilitate enough for us to serve those students.
So we are talking with the university, like the UMSU board and all the big communities, to get us a bigger space. We are addressing this issue for last few months, and we are working on it.
So currently the Ramadan is going on, the mosque is very busy, our facility is busy. What happened for last few weeks, which we have learned, like we have experienced few past years as well, that the things are getting stolen from the mosque, which is like, you know, sometimes traumatizing, you know. Students leave their laptop, and after they came, their laptop is not there, the device is not there. Money is getting stolen from the bag. So this is one issue, the security issue. So MSA trying to contact with security, campus security, and they are trying to help us. Also, we had issues past year where we have to contact with WPS, Winnipeg Police Service, and because MSA is a diverse community. You have students from throughout every culture and every country, and many of them are international students, and they have like nobody other than their peer, their classmates, their friends. So what happened that we feel a deep bonding connection. If someone's laptop got stolen, like $2,000, $1,000 budget, so it will be hard for him to recover. I think this is the best option. If we can put a surveillance camera inside the hallway, it will solve the issue in a large sense. And also they have suggested us that they will provide us lockers inside our facility, so students can use the lockers.
So currently MSA have 8 executives. We have a specific team executive, and then we have their directors as well. So every executive have about 1 or 2 directors that they work with. And in total, we have about 17 directors, including the representatives. So we have ICM, International Student Representative, that stay us connected. We have Bannatyne representative as well, so we're connected with the Bannatyne Muslims on campus. And a little bit about the history for MSA. It started, back in 1960s or something, really long ago, if I'm correct, and then 1970s or something, that maybe the space was built as well. So it is really long ago. We had amazing leaders, and we're still connected with them, such as Sheikh Ismail Mukhtar. He's one of the biggest community leader, and we try to stay connected with him because they have started events such as annual conference back in their time in 90s, and we're still continuing this. So MSA is not about changing it every year. It is about keeping the history and the things that our great community leaders built for us, and we're just trying to work with what they gave us.
MSA it's not limited to only students on campus, but it has a big influence on the Muslim community in Manitoba. I would say in Manitoba we have the annual conference that happens every year, where people from Manitoba, from other cities outside of Winnipeg, even some other provinces, they come to Winnipeg. They come to UFM just to attend the conference, the 3-day conference. We have a lot of community leaders who actually were MSA members. We have some alumni who are in the Canadian Army at the moment. We have people who are in the top positions in Winnipeg or Manitoba or US, other places. So MSA is a big influential organization, I would say. Other MSAs around Canada, they also reach us out. There were some times they're mentioning, oh, we do notice your MSA. You guys are a big thing up there.
And we are also having other events. We're still in the works and planning a big iftar party, sort of. We're also doing something that's called a Qiyam night, where it's going to be at our MSA facility, where guys will stay at the facility basically all night, have activities, have religious activities, Quran recitation, all those fun things. And then we are also having a henna night, which henna, it's a thing for girls. We apply it on Eid. So we're having a henna night and girls iftar party, and then we'll wrap up with Eid. So we have a lot going on.
Yes, so this is a incredible fundraising campaign that the MSA does. And to be very frank with you, very overwhelming. This takes a lot from us. It's a lot of pressure. And it's the biggest thing that we do, without a shadow of a doubt. It's the biggest thing that the MSA does, is fundraise and host the 30 days of Ramadan. So I, as external relations manager for the MSA, am responsible for all of the sponsors that come in and collaborate with the MSA. Now, there is a series and hosts of ways that we get money for Ramadan. We have a system where we accept donations into the MSA from our general student body, but this year we decided to start a GoFundMe. A GoFundMe is very accessible for students. They can donate $1, $2, $5, or any amount that they want to by a tap on their phone. Through the GoFundMe, it was public, and we have this posted on our social media. We raised over $3,500 just from our GoFundMe. But this operation costs quite a bit more than that. This operation, it costs $1,350 for a iftar a day, and it costs $600 for suhoor. And these are just the costs for the food. There's costs to rent out the NPR. There's cost to have the snacks at night. There's cost to have many people join us for halakas, and there's so many costs that happen. This operation, I think, it doesn't take much to understand this costs us well over $50,000. Now, to fundraise for this, one of our biggest pillars that cover 90% of our costs have been the community groups. Immediately, we have community groups like the Manitoba Islamic Association that steps us and provides iftar for many, many days to our students. We have groups like Islamic Relief Canada, the National Council of Canadian Muslims, and many others that help us out by sponsoring iftars or providing us with sponsorships. We reach out to different restaurants, different community leaders, and different individuals in the community, and we'll take any help that we can get. Our sponsors range from a restaurant to a masjid and a mosque, to a community organization, to lawyers, to dentists, and to even student clubs on this campus. We've had community groups and UMSU themselves donate days to us. And this is a very extensive project that takes a lot of work from the external team and from the finance team. But at the end of the day, we have gathered the funds necessary to complete what is needed, to do what is needed to be done for this month.
Big thanks to all of our sponsors, our donors who help us every single Ramadan. Catering us. Some people cater, some people just donate the money. So, it's been a mix of both. We have our food team coming in. We have a lot of volunteers. Big thanks to the volunteers as well. One big thing is that I would like to thank you that you asked this question, because the whole backbone behind this operation is basically the volunteers. They don't get much appreciated and much acknowledgement, but I think, as being also the internal manager, my job is to work with the volunteers, and I'm the witness that it's not possible without volunteers.
So iftar is basically a meal that you break your fast with during sunset. Our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to break the fast with dates. So we offer dates and water for the students to break their fast with in the beginning, and then after the prayer we offer a full meal to them. And then suhoor is a meal for us to prep for the fast. So suhoor is a meal we have before sunrise, before our prayer for sunrise. It's basically for us to get enough nutrients as we can in our body to help us sustain throughout the day.
So wudu is to purify yourself, and that's an obligatory step before your prayers. So there are 7 steps of it. So it starts with the hand wash, and then you wash your mouth, nose, your whole face, and then till elbow you wash it, and then you wash your hair, neck, ears, and then you also wash your feet. So it is to purify yourself, because you are presenting yourself to your Lord.
One brother who was past executive answered it in a very good way. I think I will just copy him this time. So his name was Atif Al-Mannan. He was internal manager of UMMSA. So I asked him similar question when his turn was over, that how was MSA to you? So he answered me that MSA was life. So some of us, if you ask, people will say that MSA is my home, my second home, or MSA is my place where I find peace. But Brother Atif, answered that MSA was my life, and I got emotional at that time, and I was like kind of silent that, oh my God. So I would say, I would like to answer it as well. MSA was life because we were very busy with MSA. Our day-to-day life, our activity schedule, everything was around MSA, and the whole team, MSA executive team, worked really hard, to move forward with this wonderful community.
I think for me, MSA would mean a bit of home as well, in regards to making sure that we are opening more space for students. I did mention briefly about international students as well. So one thing I know this Ramadan or this iftar that I'm feeling more effectively is that, and I do want to talk about, is that we're not just giving free meals to people, or people are not just coming into our facility for free meals. They're coming in because of the community, because of the presence of each other. They're coming in to open their iftar because it's a really good thing to be surrounded by the people that they like or they enjoy as well, the company. So for me as well, apart from Ramadan, coming to MSA, it feels really good in terms of feeling home. It feels that I'm being seen. It feels that I'm being heard. It feels that I'm actually feeling at home as well.
MSA is my home in campus, basically. It is somewhere I find peace and I go to, and that's somewhere, I find brotherhood and sisterhood. And if I'm being honest, that's where I found my wife as well. So a very special place.
So UMMSA is like a second family for me. I have found many friends from here. I have found many connections. Also, from here, I have learned that there's many of these small powers that come together to make a big difference in the society.
I think it means a lot to me. It's a space where I feel welcomed, or I felt welcomed initially, a space where I can make connections with people. I can kind of welcome new students who are there and provide them with a non-judgment or judgment-free space to get to know people, get closer to their religion. So I think it means like a home base for me on campus, even though I'm a domestic student, but still it feels like a second home here.
It means a place where I can practice my religion, but also learn about my religion. As a young individual, as a student in Winnipeg, there's not a lot of places where I can go as a student and talk to students and still learn about Islam. Of course, Winnipeg has amazing sheikhs and imams who know a lot. There's not a lot of student leaders that we can talk to and relate to. But the MSA provides just that. People like me, people like us, that we can connect to.
UMMSA means a family to me. All the people over there, they're so welcoming.
I feel proud to be part of MSA.